Wow, that was fast. Okay, everybody. Welcome to the Supernatural Link Network and Mariner of Spirit. I'm Greg Koss, and I'm your host. And we have a co-host tonight. And she's been on before. Her name is Carol Garcia. But before I bring her out and our guest, I want to mention a few things. And number one is it's literally the person that I support right now, or the group I support right now, is Tim Miley and his wife Lauren. And they are people who pretty much run what is commonly referred to as Potographs. And Potographs is a fundraising event that's done usually like 4 or 5 times a year, maybe. And what it is, it's a way of raising animal money for animal shelters. And Tim, has quite the story because it all started out a long time ago when Tim's pup died. And Tim didn't know if he was going to make it or not himself. And he decided that he would go ahead and make sort of a shrine. Like he had a picture of himself and his pup, and he had copies made of it. And he actually, there was an event that was that weekend, and he took the pictures to the event, and he went ahead and he signed them. And that's how Potographs started. That people started giving him money for what he was trying to do, and he continued on. And then it turned into a regular big event where he had a lot of speakers, and he would go to different haunted locations and do them there, and it was really, really neat. And I can remember I was at a couple of them. The one that I remember the most was at Robin Terry's, one of his places, and it was amazing. And everybody's top notch. And, you get an opportunity to see a lot of people, and there's some people that you don't really see too much of anymore. Like Tim Woolworth is one of them. And Tim Woolworth's an amazing man in ITC. He's done some amazing things. And last time that I was with those guys and at his event, that was the case. So if you get an opportunity to do one of Tim's events, do it. Tim and Lauren's Potographs. And then I'm going to go ahead and just mention the authors that I support. And these are all usually people that have been on the show. So we got Bruce Holliday, Tobias Wayland, Adam Benedict, Kathy Kressel, Barnaby Jones, Sherilyn Cotter, Dr. Heatherly Langdon, Lynn Monet, Ron Iacovetti, Victoria Munday, Tony Rathman, Natalie Jones, Patty Negri, Sylvia Schultz, Amelia Cotter, Rex Nielsen, David Sloan, Christina Bloom, D.A.Y. Song, Joseph Hellant, and Dr. Rebecca Foster. So without any delay, I'm going to bring in our guest. This is a wonderful lady who's a great, great person. And this is Desiree Pittman. And Desiree's been around for me personally since we had a Paracon, and I think it was in June. Mm-hmm. But anyway, was it in June?
Yeah, it was June.
Welcome, welcome. I should say welcome, and I should be a little more formal. It's great to have you on. I don't know where Carol went, but it's to have you on again is important. I think for the community because it helps everybody understand or get a little better idea of who you are, and you know uh, we haven't had you too much up in northern Illinois, and it's great to have you in Illinois. Period. And I I have the story. I mean, when I met you, it was just it just happened, and I know that I was at the Chicago Paracon, and I want to say it was in June. And I was walking around and I was talking to a lot of the people that I know. And I came down to the end of this aisle, and I started heading down the aisle after talking to this person on the end. And I started picking up on this energy, and it was some pretty amazing energy, and I couldn't understand what was going on. My head was racing. I was like, what is going on? And I wasn't paying attention to who was in front of me really. I was more or less trying to figure out in my head what was going on. And the closer I got to the end of the aisle, finally I looked up, and her Desiree's eyes were there, and I made eye contact with her, and it was just a hand sort of clasping of hands in the beginning, and it was like it was unbelievable. And uh, I I want to say that that's the first time in a long, long time that I ever made contact like that with anybody. And it's strictly, I would say, it's all spiritual. It has nothing to do with anything else. And it's the amazing part of who this woman is. And I think that she needs to, and if I say it wrong and I say you need to be more exposed, I I want to try to, without, and I want to try to keep it in the right light. And that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. And if I'm talking too much, I better shut up. But anyway, we have Carol Garcia here too to help out with the
Hi.
questions. And it's wonderful. It's just wonderful to have both of you guys on here. We wanted another additional person. I did just because of the insight that would have come from this other person. But that's okay. Maybe down the road we can go ahead and do it again. I don't flinch or anything about having you on numerous times because of the fact that people need to grow, and if they have the opportunity to see you, some people catch on, and it's amazing. It's wonderful. So, and I'm not going to say anything else more like that. I'm just going to say welcome again. And how would you like to start out? Would you want to talk about frequencies, or let's go to energy right off the bat.
Yeah. So first of all, thank you. I really, really appreciate the opportunity to be on this show and just really, we've been working together quite a bit lately. And so it's really been expanding. So to be able to just show the general public like more of that, that's really, really exciting. And Carol, love you too.
Thank you.
Love
Love
you,
you too.
Um, yeah, we talk about frequency and we talk about energy, and it goes right back to or my mind goes right to what we've been doing at 2 o'clock every day. And that has been just channeling some PEMF frequencies, which is pulsing electromagnetic frequencies, up the body. And then it has some terahertz in there as well. And I know just over the last 2 or 3 weeks, there has been a huge improvement in my own system, my electrical system, my energy system, as well as the ability to just feel that electricity go through my body. And it's stayed consistent even when I'm not channeling the device. And I know for me personally, that has been absolutely phenomenal. And then I'd just like to ask, what's your guys' experience? And then do you want to do a little bit of channeling it tonight? I don't actually have, but I'd be able to pick up the frequency and help channel that through. What do you guys think?
That sounds wonderful. I absolutely
Amazing.
love the device. It was amazing. I could not believe the amount of energy that came through. Um, we've talked about this on the Wednesday night show and how people connect through different states when we, do channeling with ITC work. And it's amazing working with you. We can actually all feel exactly what you're feeling there. It's really amazing. Like it was shooting through my fingers. I've felt work being done on my heart, my leg, my kidney. It's been really, really amazing. I've never felt anything like that before
And
anywhere.
and I think what's important is the fact that there's a lot of people like myself that have been grasping. And the things that I've experienced aren't as vast as yours, Carol. And
It literally amazing. I mean, it literally felt like my heart shifted, and it felt like it was something was being corrected in there, whether it was opening my heart up more for, to have more unconditional love, or if there was something physical that needed to be looked into with, the energy. It was absolutely amazing.
you were advanced before we got into this with Desiree. You know what I mean? As psychically as speaking, and for me to go ahead and be where I was and then be given the opportunity to experience the same things that you were talking about that occurred on all of them. I
Hmm.
mean, my neck, was really really screwed up. I've been going to the chiropractor for a long, 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 long time, and I have two crushed vertebrae in my neck, and it's killer. And it went Desiree with what we were doing and the channeling and the energy and sending it was the same way you said it's from your feet up. And then when she asked about certain parts, I had brought up my neck, and I have no qualms now mentioning it because it's one of those things that you I can't explain it. I can now because we're talking about energy. And I understand that because we've been given an explanation of everything we've been doing. And that's what
When
makes a
can I
difference.
ask a question about the? Sorry, Greg.
No, go ahead.
Do you know what the hertz is that you feel coming through you?
It the description of the machine is the terahertz, and I know it changes
Oh, okay.
frequency to kind of do different things. I don't know much more than that. I just know what I experience in my own body and what I feel.
Okay.
Because we also use the Schumann resonance device. It's a generator that brings through certain. You could actually type in what number you want of the hertz to come through.
Mm,
So I was kind of thinking that maybe, if you knew the hertz, because I know you do the testing where you could see the energy and how it's going up and up your body through
mhm.
your feet being on the machine. And I'm sure it's probably physically, even without the machine, with your energy that you have, it probably would do the same thing, the tester, the electric tester.
Yeah, it's very possible because even since I've been using it, like my electrical system in my body has been getting more and more. So when I turn my energy on and I really get it going, like it feels like static electricity coming out of my hands. And that's even without being on the machine. And I'm like,
Hmm.
this is cool. So cool.
It is. It really, really is an amazing
But
feeling.
Yeah. So what happens is when we put that kind of higher voltage through the body, right? We start switching the electrodes, or not the electrodes, just the electricity in the body. The electricity in the body is measured in millivolts. It also is equivalent to the pH in the body. Now,
Okay.
pH in the body, we hear about that a lot. We hear about how you don't want the body to be acidic, you want the body to be alkaline. And if the body becomes acidic, it's more likely that disease can develop, right?
Mhm.
Well, that is the same thing as millivolts. pH can be measured in millivolts as well. They're equivalent, just like inches and centimeters. They're
Ooh.
equivalent, right? So that being said, that pH or that millivolts is really the kind of hydrogen and electrons across that cell membrane. And so what happens is when you put that electricity through the body, you give it that extra boost so you can help switch that pH back to its normal range. And when you do that, the body goes into a healthier state. That's sort of what's happening, or at least like what I see on that kind of microscopic level in my visions. And then I find too that when that happens, just in general, that electricity that I can feel in between the muscles better and the fascia better. I can feel the flow of the blood better. I can feel the aura a little more. All of that just kind of heightens a little more. It's way cool.
I think you already sent some out when we first started, didn't you?
Oh, I'm buzzing.
Mhm.
I'm buzzing so much. So
I
You
can
and
feel it in my fingertips.
I was just sitting here going, wait a minute. I think she.
I'm already doing it. So if you watch your hands and watch kind of inside of the hands, see how it goes a little prickly?
Mhm.
Turn up the energy, and your hands will do this too. When you turn up your energy, it's going to get whiter and whiter. And as it gets whiter, you can see the more and more energy coming through. And they talk about people glowing, and as we bring that electricity through or that energy through, you can see people glow more and more. And I have always wanted to do this with like,
It's so dark in here. It
So
looks white to me here, but I can't see it on the screen.
and
if I
try this.
if I
Yeah.
go, there's the pattern right there. The same thing that she was talking about.
It gets splotchy and then it fills in and gets
Yep.
whiter.
Oh, I
And
can see it now on there.
Yes.
huh? And the
Wow.
cool thing too is your fingertips, based on what you're working on, will change colors. Let's see if I can get it to do it. So if we're working more on, say, the root chakra, the fingertips are going to be a little bit more red. Let me set the intention and switch. And then move to the solar plexus, right? Now the solar plexus is more yellow. Did you see it just flash a little bit of yellow?
Yes.
That is cool.
That's
Remember,
amazing.
we're 19 minutes in. We got to clip that. That was awesome.
Wow.
See, I'm the one that's almost the cripple as far as having my issue and the shakes. So
Yes, but you were also able to make energy balls and right
I
away.
I could not even begin to understand how that was happening, and I was like freaking out. And it was so cool, and it was like, wait a minute, and was his name is Leaf,
Mhm.
and Leaf said he was going to go ahead and throw in, and it was like, oh my god, I could feel it.
I actually started, I was sleeping one night. This was like 8, 9 years ago. and I was having really bad hot flashes. And something woke me up and told me to direct it out through my hands, out through my arms and out to my hands and make an energy ball. And I was actually just throwing them down on the floor in my home because I guess I woke up too quick. I didn't get the rest of the information as to where to put it. And so I was throwing it all on the floor of the house. And one of my friends said, "That's energy. You don't want that just laying around your house like that. You need to like clear it out." So I cleared the whole house out. I did a cleansing and saging and Palo Santo, and then I started taking care of the energy balls properly after that. But I guess I must have woken up too soon and didn't listen to the full instructions.
It's like
So I just started making the energy balls, and then I was literally just throwing them around the house.
subconsciously, I think what was being thought about 5 minutes ago was the fact that we were supposed to be grounding ourselves. Wasn't it?
You want to ground more? We can ground more.
Isn't that what you were sending out? Or am I picking that up wrong?
We are doing some grounding. I was just getting really electrified, letting the energy move.
Okay. I was picking it up in the way of going ahead and accepting it. The only way I can do that is by making sure that I'm stuck to the floor.
I always picture 3 cords, one from my left foot, one from my right foot, and one from the root chakra that goes down into Mother Earth like a tripod to give support and alchemizing and also grounding.
And the breathing,
Mm-hmm.
which is all so special.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Then we have the right person to lead us in that direction.
A lot of prayers for people today. A lot happening in the news. I don't want to bring it up too much, but just saying prayers for Nepal.
Yeah.
But yeah, grounding energy. How about ground us a little bit more? And then would you like to do a little bit of that heart chakra opening?
Sure.
Sure.
So we're just going to start by taking a nice big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're going to breathe out longer than we breathe in. That puts the body in more of a rest and relaxed state. We're going to just set the intention. May we please send love and light to those in need right now, especially those in Nepal. And to do that, may we please clear from our heart chakra. There you go. Now, one of my specialties is actually getting people to feel. That's where I opened up knowingly. The first is how to feel. I remember one day standing there going, I can't teach until I can feel what my students can feel before they feel it. And then, of course, that was a restriction I put on myself because it took about 3 months. And about 3 months later, I remember working with somebody and, I was like, okay, what do you feel? And they're like, I feel it in my fingertip. And I was like, I feel it there too. And I felt it in my second finger. And I was like, now what do you feel? And they're like, I feel it in my second finger. And I was like, I started feeling it in my third finger. And I was like, now do you feel it in your third finger? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, I feel what you feel before you feel it. And then I realized if I wouldn't have said that, I wouldn't have put that restriction on myself.
Right.
By the way,
You got to be careful what you ask for, right?
Right? But it was incredible. So one of my specialties is feeling what other people feel before they feel it, that precognition.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, like if say people are wanting to learn Reiki or they're Reiki masters or brand new or something like that, and they don't quite know what their energy is doing, what I'll do is I'll go in there and just feel what they're feeling and be able to tell them how their energy is moving. And you can sense so much about people's energy, right? So for instance, say whatever your horoscope sign is, your zodiac sign, most likely your energy is very similar to whether you're earth, wind, earth, air, fire, water.
Mm-hmm.
So for instance, the fire people feel like fire. The water people, their energy typically feels like water. There are some people who, when they work on somebody, they bring forth that energy. So for instance, when I work on a water person, I'll bring forth the water energy and my energy will flow more like water. If I work on a fire person, a little bit more fire is going to come through, even though I am a fire person. So just interesting things to see. But let's go back to that heart chakra as I'm talking about that. Let's learn a couple things. Your fire energy comes out of your thumbs, right? What is really cool, what happens when you're in stadiums and you want to cheer on your team you like? You put your thumbs up, right? You raise that energy. What
Right.
happens if you don't like the team? You lower that
Uh-huh.
energy. Ugh, right? That's your fire energy. So what we want to do is we want to take that fire energy, we want to take that fire energy and we want to raise it in our heart chakra. Okay, so go ahead and place 2 thumbs up at your heart chakra. Take a nice big breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, asking for transformation within that heart chakra, asking to bring in that violet flame, transmuting anything and everything that needs to be transmuted within that heart chakra, giving that back to source. Taking a nice big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Whew. And allowing our heart chakra to expand in as much love as it possibly can, overflowing to those that could use just a little bit more love today. Just a little bit tighter of a hug from an angel. Just a little bit more remembrance of what love, joy, happiness can be. There you go. Very beautiful. A lot of just transmuting energy within that heart chakra, going deeper within that heart chakra. Expansion. Very beautiful. Now check out your hands. What color are they now? Ooh. It just
They
feels.
actually look a little purple.
We were working with the violet flame.
Yeah.
Mine are hot.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
they're very warm. Yeah.
Again, so are my feet.
Yes, I did take into consideration that grounding energy, making sure that we stay grounded as well. Yeah.
That is amazing.
Mhm.
So cool.
Wow.
Ah,
So, Carol, you were talking about sound baths, right?
Yes, you had talked about sound baths at that one location that you had gone to. Does somebody come in and do the sound baths there, or do you do it?
me or Greg?
You,
Me.
Desiree. Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
so awesome. Tomorrow night, I will be working with a lady. Her name is Treya. She's so amazing. She has the most amazing angelic energy. And she plays flutes. So she will actually be playing the flute, right? Giving us a sound bath as we're working with the lunar eclipse energy.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing a release. I'll be doing the channeling of the energy. I'll be, clearing energy. I'll be doing readings as the sound bath is going on. So I'll be reading people's energy and just writing on a note card what I read and what I find and the things I clear. Time she'll be playing that sound bath, which is just, whew, you know what I'm saying? Like if you ever heard her play, she is magical.
And music brings, brings the vibration up.
Oh, yes. And she's so, and so based on who plays the instrument makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
So she's already angelic, and then she brings out that flute, which just has that slow.
Wow.
Where is this going to be?
This is going to be in Mokina, Illinois.
Mokina.
Mm-hmm. So it's at Mindful Way Studios in Mokina, Illinois at 6:30 tomorrow night, which is
What do we need? Oh, you're frozen.
there you go.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just spend a lot of time in the woods and sometimes the Wi-Fi isn't the best. So thanks for being patient.
No,
I think your energy also changes it around too.
That's true too. That's true too. And then one more thing I'd like to mention is on Sunday in Lombard, Illinois at the Gathering Lighthouse, we will be actually testing out those frequency devices. So the device in person, you can actually come, try it out, experience. And then there's a couple other things along with it. There's an attachment that does red light, and you can kind of, do a little, like, give yourself a little facial with it, or, get into certain spots that maybe you need a little extra tender loving. And so that will be there as well. And then a couple other things. And then as well as 2 healers will be there. So if you need a little.
And where is that at in Lombard?
The Gathering Lighthouse.
Gathering Lighthouse.
Mm-hmm.
And what time is it?
I want to say that one is at 11.
In the morning?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Nope, you're okay. Let me verify just because I have a lot of events going on and I want to speak correctly. Oh, yes, 1 p.m.
1 p.m.
1 to 4 p.m.
I wish I lived closer.
I know, girl. I have so many fun things for us to do. You want to see real life portals? Do you want to go to one of my light language classes?
I would love doing all that.
Yes. My favorite thing is just having real experiences with people, right? So it's one thing for me to stand up in front of a class and be like, this is what we do, and here's a PowerPoint. But it's a whole nother thing to be like, hey, you want to try something cool? You want to see something cool? You want to try this? And how often, like, even when we're channeling together, I'm like, hey, I found this cool object. Let's channel it.
Right.
This energy is cool. Let's see what happens if we do this. And it just to bring in that inner child and that play. We don't have to be serious about energy work.
Exactly. I actually think the more play that you do, the energy rises more.
Right.
Yes.
Instead of being stoic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you want to go see fairies? Let's go. You want to go see portals? I've opened 3 of them. 3 of them. Let's go.
Where are they? Where are the portals at?
The first one that I opened, that one
not that you need to throw it all out there if you don't want to. You know what I mean?
No, go ahead. Say it again.
No, I said not that if you don't want to throw it out there, don't. In other words, but if you do want to let everybody know about it. A lot of times, some of it has to be guarded, like we've seen in the group, if you know what I'm referring to. And, I'm talking from the role of respect, almost like a drill sergeant. I'm there to protect because I have a different way of looking at things sometimes. I am very grateful of what has happened to me, and without a doubt, I understand where I'm going. I have no problem with that part, but at the same time, almost like if you went ahead and you said, are you talking about security? Not really, but I mean, you try to go ahead and keep people safe. Mm-hmm. And there's, not that it doesn't happen everywhere, there's always some, whatever you want to call them, that does stuff like what happened. And, that hurt me. And at the same time, I felt it probably hurt everybody in the room, especially you. And, it's not the way I like it. So I have to say it, because you should be protected.
Do you bring people to these places with you?
Yeah. So I do. I let them experience it themselves. We do talk about, security and stuff like that. There are ones where you have to get permission before you're allowed to even enter. Like, I have to cleanse people, ask permission, and give an offering before I'm allowed to enter. There's another one that I actually have to kind of do this weird walk around configuration dance thing to open it up and to close it. So I always imagine like a big vault, and you have to do the kind of combination. I have to actually walk. The first one I'll tell you about, it's just something that you sense.
You don't have to give the locations either right now. You know what I mean?
No. The first one, check out my TikTok. There's a video that has like 140 something thousand views of, I don't know, a while ago, that actually mentions the location, talks all about it. I encourage people to go to that one because it is what I call like the golden light portal. And what happens is when there's these two rocks, and when you step, you have to go in a certain direction, but when you step in a certain direction across this imaginary line between these two rocks, all of a sudden you'll feel this golden light energy just flow down you. You'll feel like your muscles start getting bigger, almost like Popeye the Sailor Man eating his spinach, right? You'll see your veins start coming out. You'll just be pouring down or just filling up with like all this like golden energy, and it's just pouring down, and you're like, whoa. And then if you
that actually sounds really beautiful.
It is. Oh my goodness. If you come here, I'll take you. And then if you step back the other direction, like step out of it, it'll go back to normal. So I've actually taken people there in the fall time.
Do you think that fall time is the best time to do that?
Yeah. So that portal in particular, I think, is amazing. It just gives you that golden energy.
Wow. That sounds amazing, actually. I would love to do something like that.
Well, we could say this, that if you would like, that, if people would contact you after the show's over and ask where the locations are, that would be the best way to handle that, because then it just doesn't go all the way out there. You know what I mean?
Well, come to my classes.
Yeah.
Like, come to my classes. I do CE5s. I do real life light being experiences where we go visit the portals. And if you'd like, just check out my website and come to my classes.
There you go.
I was immediately drawn the very first night Greg had you on the show. Something, when you started channeling Mother Mary, the water, tears started pouring out of my eyes, but it wasn't coming from the tear duct. It was coming from the outer edge. And it happened again.
During the one.
Was that Monday?
Yeah.
When you had the brother and sister there?
Oh.
It happened again. The tears started coming out of the sides of my eyes again. That was quite different. I was quite amazed at all of it. It's beautiful.
Aren't you going to have them with you again?
We don't have anything in the books written down. They're out of state right now at I believe an NDE conference in Seattle.
Oh, really?
I could have the facts wrong on that one, but they are out of state right now. But once they get back, we'll set up another.
And
hoping to do something in person.
For the people that don't know, NDE is near-death experiences.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of us that have gone through that kind of thing. And, you know, it's something that, you know, if you have any questions on that or anything like that, go ahead and put them in the comments, and we could go ahead and we could have Desiree look at it. Not that there's anything going on right now, but it's getting towards the end of summer, and I really do feel that this was important to have you here there, you know.
Thank you.
And it's just because there's certain times that you advance and you go forward in your life, and there's other times that you choose not to, and this is a time that for me I have to go forward. I mean, you've given me that, and you know, it was like I can't stop. You know, it's things are amazing. And I know as far as anything else is concerned, as far as if there's another subject that you want to go ahead and discuss now.
The council
Okay.
would like to channel, if that's okay. The Galactic Council.
Okay. Do you want us to ground and everything? Again?
Sure. Yep. Taking a nice big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Akato shukrieta takarieta siato shukrieta siataketa karieta karata siato shukra. Those with their hearts to be open. We raise our voice. And are with the ones who would like to open. Anchoring in. Now, I actually see a lotus flower at my tailbone right now. That's clarity on the mind coming through. They're actually doing some deprogramming right now, kind of removing some of that brain fog that we get and we've collected from all sorts of different places, right? Timeline shifts. Integrating that, expanding that. Gratitude. Those that are ready to open have more keys available to them now. Look deep within. Spread your wings. We are here to help. Gratitude. Beautiful.
I feel it again on my chest.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing. It literally felt like it was opening up.
And I'm gonna butcher this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Akatash Atosa.
You're doing great. Yeah, they were giving us the keys. Like,
I felt it. I felt it in my chest.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yes. Akato shikatasa. Yes, love and gratitude. Love and gratitude.
It's amazing the things that people don't even realize that are going on. I really wish they would actually come to some of your classes because it's absolutely amazing. They would really expand their knowledge and I always say at the end of like different shows, remember to smile. And the reason why I say that is because if you come upon a person that's having a really bad day, that smile could mean everything in the world to them if you connect with their eyes and it doesn't cost a penny and it could possibly save somebody's life. So that's why I always say that. It's very, it's something that's very meaningful to me. So, but yeah, I definitely feel this work is very important. And I know Greg does too.
That I was, right before Chicago, it was like I was thinking of nothing. I was thinking of nothing spiritual, to say the least. I was thinking nothing about any energy, and that all turned around in like it was 12 hours. And I think that's the amazing part, is that, it's a different type of belief system, but at the same time, it's in the heart. So, I mean, you can't get any closer than that. This is what makes us tick. This is what we're all about. And if we can't take it this way, I don't know.
It's very important to consciousness.
Right.
And a lot of people are starting to waken up and they don't know the energies that they're feeling or picking up on. And it's really important that they are able to find people that are trustworthy to take classes from to learn so that they're not just wandering around wondering what's happening to them.
And at the same time, those people have to take things seriously too.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what the world's all about. Not that everyone will be saved by any way, shape, or form. But, I always feel that I would try to save whoever I could. Maybe I'm a little off on that, but that this is what makes us tick. Now, this is what makes me tick. I have to say it. This makes me tick like I've never been before. And I've been through a hell of a lot. I've been on both sides. I've been back and forth, up and down, in and out. How, what was that? Yardbirds are over, under, sideways, down. I think it was the Yardbirds, or somebody like that.
Well, I remember one of our classes, this was months ago. I remember talking about, just even feeling the energy between your fingers is an amazing place to start, because you need to get to know and understand your body and the different feelings that are going on with it. And then you could start making the energy balls and using yourself as a human pendulum. The book that you wrote was absolutely amazing. I loved reading that too. And that should be in the bookstores so that people could learn more about what their bodies are doing. Oh, was it yesterday that you were doing the work with the crystal skulls? Or
Yes.
was that today?
Both.
This whole side of my head felt like I was tingling, but I felt hot and I had goosebumps at the same time.
I had in my ears.
Mhm.
It's amazing what your body picks up. It really is. We are, we are energy and having a human experience. So that's the main thing to do, is learn your body.
I think this is all interrelated too with the ones above us. I really do. I think this is all interconnected.
Oh, of course.
The more our body is an antenna, right? That's going to be my next book. My body is an antenna versus my body is a pendulum. But the more we realize how much our body is an antenna, the more we can communicate. But as we work with the energies, we fine tune that ability to communicate, right?
Mm-hmm.
I started out where I could only feel a hair of electricity coming out of my fingers, right? And it was kind of one layer. It started moving up my fingers. It started going deeper into my fingers, different layers inside the body, the different layers of the aura outside the body, in between the muscles, into the cells, right? And the deeper that I went, the more details I got, the more my body could tell me, right? It's like learning language. You start out learning, ma, da, right?
Right.
And then you add more sounds and you add more letters and you add more words. And sooner or later, you're having an entire dictionary in front of you. So your body does the same thing energetically. The more you
Right.
work with it, the more you can sense. And that's why, I've enjoyed so much working with you guys. When we bring our energy together, and we channel that frequency device, right? We upgrade that much faster, right? So we gain that many more words in our dictionary. And it's like,
Right. And
oh,
then
what can we do now?
you could spread it out to other locations quicker.
So we actually went from like a Piper Cub airplane to an F-18.
Yes. And what's amazing is, like, for me, when I students and my clients, like, I get to give you what took me years to get to. And I watch them just, they got the nitrous going on. You know what I'm saying? They got the rocket boosters going on. And I'm able to catapult you so much faster.
It's right there.
It glitched.
I'm learning tons of stuff along the way as well. And so as I'm, coming across that water that was programmed with that, bringing it to my students going, hey, let's upgrade.
Right.
Right? As we're bringing these frequency devices, each thing we're doing, it just like, whew, it's amazing. Just
It
expand.
really is. It's we don't even have the words, the proper words to explain it, how amazing it feels. It really is like out of this world.
It is.
Yeah.
The other cool thing, though, is if you go and actually sit on some of the things that we've been working on, so that device, you can go sit on it. Awesome. You're going to have a great time. However, when we channel it in class, we're adding our energy to it, our intention. My ability to heal just gets amplified up, right? Or bring in that healing energy. Our ability to just open up our senses gets amplified that much more. Now, if you sit on the device normally, you're probably going to be, eating a chicken salad, saying, watch.
I think they're listening to you. That's why you got stopped again.
There's so much energy moving. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I understand. There's it's amazing.
I also think that people that would increase with their energy more if they paid attention to their surroundings within nature. And just I love watching the animals outside. I could sit there for hours watching animals and the tree leaves blowing around. It's so beautiful. But a lot of people don't have that time to do that. Fortunately, I do. And I can sit out there and do that for a couple of hours a day, and watch the animals and the birds and see the differences. I sent Greg a picture of a bird the other day. I didn't know what it was. It was a hawk. There were two of them, and it sounded like it was something wrong the way it was squawking. So I started talking to it, and it came down closer to me on a lower branch so I could see where he was. I kept asking where he was, and because I couldn't see him in the tree. And I kept saying, "Are you okay? Do you need help?" And then he literally flew down to a lower branch so that I could see him.
That's awesome.
my daughter, when we were in Colorado, we pulled over to the side of the road. There were 3 horses on the side. I started talking to the horse, and he started clomping his foot down, like answering back to me as I was talking to him. And my daughter was looking at me like, what's going on with you, Mom?
Was he
At
one of the
first it
wild
was,
ones?
huh?
Was he one of the wild ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it first started with the chipmunk 2 years ago when we went on vacation. We walked up to this waterfall and I saw a chipmunk and I said, "Hello, Chippy. How are you today?" And he literally ran right up to my feet. And there were other people standing there trying to feed him, which you weren't supposed to be doing, but they were trying to get him to come with food. And nope, he wouldn't go to them. And all I did was say hello because I was connecting with him, on an energetic level. That he came straight over to me and started nibbling on my toes. It was quite amazing. That was a really wonderful trip. Some of the trips that my daughter and I do are the things that happen. You can't even realize that things like that happen in life. It's really beautiful.
You see,
And this is one of those things.
some of us were always interested in spirit alone. And you can't just have spirit alone. You have to have the energy. You have to combine everything together, to have a complete picture of what you're doing with yourself. Because am I saying that right or not?
Yes. There's so much more than just, talking with spirits. There's so much more in this world.
But at the time period that I was doing that was just that in itself was mind-boggling. Yet I was about that big, and now
We all start off real small when we're first born, right?
Yeah.
Like Desiree was saying, you learn your vocabulary and you'll learn new vocabulary as you go on if you continue working with energy.
Yeah.
It's
very
beautiful.
important. Kim Baranski's here.
Hi, Kim.
Steve Hodgson. That's Jen's husband from down in Florida. They used to be in central Indiana. She was a medium from one of the groups that was part of Psychics Unite.
Okay.
The psychic medium. And then but there's Barbara's in the room.
Hi, Barbara.
So
hi, Steve.
That's really, really nice. And I know that you're very, very, very busy. So if there's anything that you want to add before we close, that would be great. If you want to go ahead and take us back there again, that's fine too.
So it looks like they're kind of kissing everybody's forehead, just blessing them.
Blessings. Oh, Desiree, do you want to tell everybody where they can reach you?
Yeah, so on my website, DesireePittman.com, just as my name is spelled on the screen, Desire Adonai Pittman with 1 T. If you're interested in joining us, 2:00 every weekday, I do channeling. 2:00 Central Time. It is amazing. We try different things. We experiment. Sometimes we go on the frequency device. Sometimes we're going galactic. Sometimes we're doing things on the body. All sorts of different things. It's been amazing. And it literally, you just watch the energy ascend, and you just watch the vibration go up and up and up. Even with the ice that we talked about, I remember starting to feel it kind of go in my bones of electricity, kind of going up my arms. Now it's wrapping around my ribs, going into my actual hip bones, that electricity. And it is just been that way, expanding over the last couple weeks. So join us every weekday, 2:00. That's my favorite.
It is. It's my favorite too.
Without a doubt. It happens. I
We
want to
did the
thank you.
Skull energy, right? We
Yep.
did the Terahertz energy. We did all sorts of different things.
It's never ending, and that's what's great about it. So thank you very much for being here once again. I really appreciate you being here. You still got a lot more to talk about, and it won't be every week, but whatever I can do to help the cause, I'm there. That's for sure. I want to thank you for being here. You're lovely. You've got you have an amazing life ahead of you. Not that you already have it, not that you don't already have it, but it's something that people look up to, and that's a good thing. It has to be more positive than our whole life story in the world. It's got it. You have to have people that you look up to. So, and with that being said, is anybody else? I got anything else, Carol?
Remember to smile.
Thank you. Thank you, Desiree, for being here. Love you. And we'll see you guys later. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you later. If you want to hang around for a minute after we close, that'd be great. Okay. See ya. Ha 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 ha.